that endemic corruption has done significant damage to our social fabric by eroding trust in government and widening the rift that separates citizens' aspirations from government policy. We cannot afford to wait and see where this road may lead, because it has already brought us to a very terrible place. It is time that this comes to an end once and for all. And I promise you, it will come to an end. For those who have engaged in corruption incorrigibly, because I know, for example, the people in the procurement space. There was one lady in one of the roads departments, corrupt to the core, to the extent that she could not be transferred by anybody, even by the minister, because if she was transferred, she will go to court, by the court process, and make sure that she's returned. That is the kind of chronic where corruption has taken us. I hope Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen and Bwana Mbugua, I hope that lady no longer works for the government of Kenya. Yeah. We cannot have such. There are people who have made government offices their private property. You try to transfer them elsewhere, they go to court, they go to some agency, you find them back. It will not happen. Yeah? Those kind of things, we must put them behind us. We are servants of the people of Kenya. We are not their masters. And we serve at the pleasure of the people of Kenya. We don't serve at their mercy. So it's going to be different. It is going to be different. I promise you, it's going to be different. And it's not going to be business as usual. And we are not going to wait until public money is lost. The moment there is signs that you have intentions of doing something, we will deal with you firmly and summarily. And because we have enough people in Kenya who can do these jobs. Under our new bold vision of radical transformation, we must simultaneously implement policies, programs, and projects to achieve inclusive growth, and at the same time undertake robust measures to eradicate corruption, wastage, and inefficiency. I have given my solemn undertaking to protect public resources during my term in office. I shall be held to account for the good performance of our country, delivery of our commitments, and the stewardship of public resources. I intend, by all means, to keep a good account of each of these mandates. I ask for your assistance, and all of us to commit to make sure that we don't disappoint the people of Kenya. In order to do this, I shall hold every officer serving in government, beginning with you people seated here, to account for both their performance in service delivery and stewardship of public resources. I shall deal with cases of negligence, misappropriation, embezzlement, theft, or other misconduct or corruption in relation to public resources summarily and decisively. You are hereby duly notified. I have high expectations of you because I am confident that by now you are familiar with the workings of government, accustomed with our work rate, and fully aware of our intention to implement all our commitments. I speak to many of you on phone. Many times I call you to my office, we interact in different places. I ask you questions, you know that, on programs, on projects. And I find that many of you, the people I speak to, don't even know what is going on in your ministries or departments. You have very scanty information. The moment I know more than you in your ministry, then you must begin to understand that something is very wrong. Because by constitution, you are supposed to advise me. Explain to me how you are going to advise me if you have less information than I do. Who is going to be advising who? I call many PSs. You ask them what's going on here. They have no clue. And this is your department. That is the job that you have. You are not a messenger. You are not a security person. You are not a photographer. You are not a watchman. You are the PS or the minister. And the job of the minister and the PS you don't know, or you don't have information. How do you run a ministry or a department or a parastatal if you have no information? That is the highest level of incompetence. So please, take time, read. There's a lot of literature on your desks. There's a lot of briefs from departments. There are a lot of briefs from all manner of places. Read. I take time myself to read, because it's the only way you can have the correct information for you to be able to make the right decisions. You can never, I promise you, you can never make the right decisions if you do not have the correct information. It will all be a game of guesswork. Get as much. We have many good officers. They send us briefs to our desks. You know, but because of whatever reason, people don't want to read. They don't want to understand what's going on in their state departments or ministries or where they're supposed to be doing. So please, let me ask you, I get a lot of feedback from the public. For example, I was in Kwale and I stopped in Likoni, and I was talking to the public, and one of them was asking me, Mr. President, we haven't quite understood how the Hustler Fund Phase 2 is working. How do we form the groups? And I remember I called CS Chelugui. I didn't find him, so I called his PS, and I found her, and I explained to her, I told her, look, the public is not understanding this. Did I call you or not on Sunday? You know, I told you this is what the public is saying. Please do more sensitization on Hustler Fund Phase 2. Sindio? So, feedback, you know, and it's not because of any, we have to perform, you know, we have to perform. So when you hear my deputy saying find time, travel, but travel and see the people who have hired us, you know, go to different parts of Kenya so that you can get feedback from from the public, and on and on and on and on. So this is what we must all, when we talk about citizen-centric, it is ultimately the citizens we are serving. As I have said, I wish all of you, and I have said this with clarity, you have my goodwill. Always, I am always available to any minister, to any PS, if they are not sure of what they are supposed to do. I have instructed the head of public service to be available. My economic team is here. I want them to stand up if they are here this morning. Members of my team, they are here. Simameni, I'm sure, I think some of them got late also. They should know better. So I have deployed a whole team of almost 10 people to assist every state department, every ministry. Whenever things are not clear, they are not aligned, you are not sure what our commitment is, they are ready every day with an appointment. You will go through with them. If it is necessary, I normally come in there and we go through the numbers together, we go through the interventions together, we look at how best to deliver, because we are one team. You know, we are one team. And my economic team is not interested in running any ministry. And I have explained this to ministers. They are not interested. They are not in competition with anybody. They just want to assist you to succeed, because in your success is our collective success. And in our collective success is the success of our country. All of us must work together. I expect that the other arms of government will work with us in a collaborative manner. Everybody and every arm of government is discharging their responsibility. We will be supportive of the other arms of government to the extent that we can, within the provisions of the law. I remember on my first day, on the swearing in into office, I made a commitment that our country is going to be anchored on the rule of law. That rule of law is going to be front and center. And that is why we got rid